I'm back. I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club, case something jump off. Oh. What is it called? Queen Sugar. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. Okay. Nova. Nova is a trip. Queen Sugar was good. Okay. Nova's getting ready to have a book, go on a book tour. And she's trying to get, and she's going to have a book reading. And she's trying to get everybody to come to the book reading. And her whole family is still paying her dust, naturally. Vi seems to, Jimmy Daly has seen, it seems that Jimmy Daly has triggered some PTSD. His arrival. Basically, what this episode was about was showing the, I don't want to say, well, I want to, is it unraveling, we could say? Is it unraveling? Aunt Vi is going through some PTSD. The only one that seems to be having a positive, what seems like a positive reaction to is Ralph Angel, because it is, unfortunately, it's admirable for a man to take care of another man's child, because like I just said in the Basketball Wives review, I have a theory that men do not take care of anything that they feel that they don't own. So as soon as they find out a child is not theirs, why should I take care of it? It's not mine. I don't own that. Why should I take care of that woman? That's not mine. I don't own that. Why should I take care? It's not mine. I don't own that. And I think what we're seeing is this positive response to Ralph Angel taking care of a child that isn't biologically his. And we come from tribes, and people don't abandon people if they don't have, like if a woman doesn't have a partner, the woman is not abandoned. In our community, a lot of the times the woman, if she doesn't have a partner and has kids, a lot of the times the woman is abandoned. And it happens where women, they'll get married again or what have you, but a lot of the times the woman is abandoned because men like, that's not my kid. I'm not about to take care of. I'm not about to take care of nothing that's not mine. You understand what I'm saying? So it goes back to that. We see Vi, we see Ralph Angel, we see Micah. Micah is showing us the way that a generation coming after the generation who keeps secrets, who sits in their shame, who, like Vi said, keeps secrets, keeps the secrets of their soul, which was a great line, but I don't necessarily agree with that. You see Hollywood dealing with Vi. You see her respond to him as he was kissing her on the neck. As soon as he went to her neck, I was like, oh, she's not comfortable at all. And he was like, why don't you come back there and, did he say be with me? I was like, what did Hollywood say to her? Come back there and be with me? And she was like, okay, I'll be back there. And to me, I felt like she was uncomfortable, and she seemed to be uncomfortable. Subtle rubbing of her neck Vi did after Hollywood left her. So you notice that she did like this, and I was like, oh, hey, that's really good acting, because she didn't show that she was uncomfortable to him, but when he left, I felt like she kind of wiped it off. Did she wipe it off? Was that just me thinking? I don't know, but to me, I felt like she was uncomfortable, and I felt like at that moment I realized, oh, okay, Jimmy Daly triggered something in her, and it's all going back to what Nova did. So what Nova did was wrong, and it's silly for her to believe that they're going to support any efforts that she makes on her book tour. Why are you calling them, Nova? No, ain't nobody answering the phone. Everybody's hanging up. Nobody's answering the phone. Nobody wants to talk to you. She goes up to the diner. They don't want to talk to you. Vi snaps at the girl. She immediately apologized. She's triggered, and she's going through some things. Says Nova, and then Nova gets a phone call, right? She gets a phone call, and they're telling her the response to the book. She's getting these great reviews, and she's so happy. And it's weird because you're so happy from telling the story about pain, and it's opening wounds that people were not ready to heal, right? And it's reopening wounds that we see people are not healed. We see Darla. She picks up the book and she opens the book. She reads, I think because Darla at one point was dancing with her new friend, this guy, and they're dancing, and she's looking down like real concerned, and I was like, what is she looking at? And they didn't show that what she was looking at, but I was like, oh, maybe she's thinking about this story is gonna get out, and he's gonna read it, and he's gonna know about my life. But he's a recovering alcoholic or a recovering drug addict, so hopefully he has some kind of empathy and understands, like, when people are addicted to drugs, these are things that they would do. And I understand not it's her story to tell, but it's like, I want to tell it at my time, and there are details to stories that people leave out because of their personal, and that's understandable. That's why I kind of understood what Vi say about the secrets of the soul, but I feel like some things you have to, I feel like when you share your family history, honest about your family history, it provides your offspring and your descendants, it offers them armor, and it gives them armor, so they're never caught off guard with any secrets of their family. And that's just that's just how I feel, because that's the double-edged sword that's happening with Nova. It's like she's telling these stories that needed to be told, but it was not. And Darla, baby, Darla cussed Nova the fuck out. Do you hear me? And then so Charley finds out that they're trying to build a federal highway through her family's property. They doing anything to really take that their land away from them, honey. You see what they do, and those are true stories. Do you know how many federal highways have broke up black communities? Do you know? Go look it up. Davis is so ashy and raggedy. He is. Why would you bring that girl there? Like I said, when he walked in the door, I was like, what did you, wait, what is he doing? I was like, wait a minute. I said, did he just bring this? Okay. Okay, did he just bring this kid inside of the, and he's talking about, I didn't know you were going to be there. I was like, ooh, Davis, you are trash. Every moment, every time you come on this screen, I haven't seen Davis do anything where I was like, oh, Davis, nigga, you've been trash since the fucking beginning. And it's what the crazy part is, and I'm so glad Charley got his ass told. Like, you're not about to do this fake shit. You're not about to push no shit on me that I don't want. We're not about to do none of this shit. You made the choice to keep a secret for however many years. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not participating in that shit. Take that shit elsewhere. Have fun with you and your kids, but I'm not involved in none of this shit. I said, yes, Charley, bitch. She told her, I said, that's what he needed. And she finally, and maybe the book gave her that strength, because you've been backing up, you've been behind Davis even when he was the worst to you, and you've been behind him, and now here he comes with some new shit. We're not doing that, Davis. We're not doing that. And I'm so happy that Charley gave. She looked like, really, when she was standing there, there are some good actors and the writers of Queen Sugar, kudos to y'all. She was standing there like she wanted to vomit. You don't have this child up in my house? And what would Charley look like being rude to the child? And he's like, she's an innocent child. We know she's innocent. It's you, motherfucker. That's the energy is for you. She just happens to be standing here. I said, did he just bring this girl in this lady's house? I couldn't believe it. I was like, this nigga is ashy every single time he gets on the damn screen. Okay, so Nova gets to the this book reading. She's gonna have a reading. They're reading an excerpt of the book, and of course here she comes. This is not an excerpt of the book. I didn't know I didn't want to put it in the book or what have you. So she tells this story about her dad and her, and how they went fishing, and they came across 3 white men, and these 3 white men were saying things like they were going to Nova when they got a chance. She said that her father came back fighting these men and had fought these men and this and that, and they hadn't gone fishing after that. But she used to go on this trail behind her home on their property, and she saw her father digging a grave and pushing people in the grave. And I said, Nova. And I thought, when she said she was walking through this little area, I thought she was going to say that she came in contact with those men and they raped her. That's what I thought she was going to say. But you know that this bitch told her father's secret that he took to the grave? Do you know? I said, Nova, did you just sit up here and say that your father killed 3 white men for trying to protect you, a secret he took to the grave. You was now that bitch. You could have told your family that. You could have shared that. You never shared it with her family. Vi apparently knew about it, and that's when Vi went off on them. Like, so, what's the boy's name? Micah tells his mom, yeah, Vi told this story. I mean, Vi. Nova told this story at the book thing. It's a story that's not in the book. And she was like, about what? And he's like, tells her about what the grandfather did. And she's like, okay. So that's when she goes and tells Vi. And Vi is like, y'all doing like really digging up some shit. What the fuck is wrong with Nova? I said, even Nova in her selfishness. Nova in her selfishness. You still not telling your story, girl. That story wasn't about you. That was a story about your father. I'm like, this bitch is a mess. Darla gets the book and she goes over to Nova's house and she tells Nova that she was a thief. And that's what she is. It's not your story to tell, bitch. I changed names and this and that. How the fuck we live in this small ass fucking town and you changed my name to protect me, but you got your whole family out here? That doesn't make you seem any better. You got your whole family out here, all your family business. It was not your fucking story to tell, bitch. I said, oh, that's when they should have put bitch in there. That would have gave it a more like, it would have. I said, oh. Nova's looking shocked. That's what I put on Twitter. Every time somebody cusses Nova out, she acts like she's so shocked. Bitch, you should understand why you getting cussed out every single fucking time. Because you are fucking wrong, bitch. Nova had a good point by telling Darla, oh, I thought you would understand because you knew you had to tell the truth to Ralph Angel about Blue. And that's when she retorted and said, it wasn't your story to tell. You're a thief. That's exactly what she is. I said, oh, there's some good writers. Great fucking writers. He told Nova, you are lower than I ever was. And they letting us hear excerpts of the book, you know. You know what? They should actually make a book for real. That would be very interesting if they really created a book so that we can hear. That would be really good if they did that. Ava DuVernay, y'all need to do that. Make a book about their family history. That would be so good, y'all. Wouldn't it be good? They should really make that book because I would read it. And we can get a backstory on their family. Then they could come back with the next seasons. That would be so good. They should do that. You heard it here first, or maybe not. And don't nobody have no damn original ideas. But I believe that they should do that. I think that would be that would be really good. Oh, so Nova gets Reagan. What's her name? Reagan Gomez. And Nova called her. And Nova's trying to get her to come over for some quality time. And she told Nova, listen, I'm working on myself. I'm not about to come over there. You're not even being honest with yourself, basically. And you need to work on yourself, Nova. You need to figure out what's going on. Like, why wasn't your family at the book signing? See, and the girl's gonna tell her, you didn't have no right to do that. Like, you didn't consult with your family to tell these stories. Girl, bitch, are you fucking crazy? But the girl said, it's always on your time, Nova. You do everything for Nova. And this is an example. Like, this whole book thing is an example of Nova doing what the fuck she wants without anybody asking her or without getting any permission, and then expecting this girl to just jump up and come over to her house. No, ain't nobody doing that. Nova, you need to work on yourself. This book is supposed to be healing, and you really are creating a space to where people are not going to trust you. They're not going to want to be around you. Darla said, I don't want you around Blue or me ever again. She's lucky. I don't know. I mean, we still haven't figured out what she said about Charley outside of the paying for the girl to be quiet. So we don't know. Nova wants to tell everybody's truth but her own. Even that story was about her father. That's what I was like, wait a minute, bitch, this is not even a story about you. Like I said, I thought she was going to say that those men raped her and her father killed them as a result. You know what I'm saying? But no, you're telling And then guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? And somebody put it on online. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Anvi said, "You don't have the right to know what's in everybody's soul, but this is your history. It no matter how ugly it is, no matter how ugly it is, I feel like you don't have to be detailed, right? You can keep details to yourself, but you can say, there was a time when your grandfather killed 3 white men for messing with Nova. That's something like you. I just think it's important to tell your family. And that's me projecting because every time I've asked a question, I feel like that don't even sound right. That don't even fucking sound right. Anyways, so Vi gets into the bathroom. She goes into the bathroom. She's really having like triggers. She hears somebody's voice. She's thinking it's Jimmy Daly. She's having a lot of triggers, and we could see this PTSD happening. And she's in the bathroom after Charley and Ralph Angel leave, talking about Nova, and she screams into a towel. Let me tell you how many times I done screamed into a towel. That really resonated with me because I done it. Screamed into a towel, into a pillow. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was important for them to show that while Hollywood is very protective of Vi, and while he's there and he's doing what we say that men are, supposed to do, but he allowed her that time. I think he asked her, was she okay? And she was like, yeah. And she's running her bath. And then she screams into a towel and he can hear it. And he kind of gets up and then he stops. And then that's so important because sometimes people need to know that you're there. They don't necessarily need you to, embrace them because it may make it worse. And sometimes people need their space alone to process it, to just go through the whole process of whatever they're feeling. And I thought it was so important for them to show Hollywood not going to save the day, but allowing her to work through it. And I thought it was so good. Charley and this white woman, and they meet, and that white woman told her, you see how you just walked on this lawn and nobody said anything to you? I read your sister's book. Again, Charley just keeps getting, let me tell you something. Charley, we may not, they're showing a woman who is doing what she has to do to protect her family. And we see her do it with Micah. We saw her do it with Davis. We see her doing it with her family. We see her doing things, right? Shrewd, right? And there are times, and I think what is important for us to understand as Black people, because we have this kind of moral compass, whether or not we practice any kind of religion, we still have this moral compass about us to do right, right? And Charley doesn't always do right, but she does what's right for her family, whatever step she's taking, right? When that white woman told her, you see how you walked on here? You're not like those other women. You ain't no different than me. And I thought that was so important for us to see that. Like, Charley she's done some weird thing. I don't even think, does her family know that she owns shares in Landry Enterprises? I don't think they know that. So you understand what I'm saying? She's doing things for her family, but she's doing things in a shrewd businesswoman. She's doing that. But somebody had a theory online that they're going to start digging for the highway, and they're going to find those bodies. Nova's telling everybody's secret but her own. Where's the story about the married white cop? That's what we want to know, girl. Where's that story, girl? Nova is a trip. I was looking at Nova, and she's always like, girl, you can't believe you getting cussed out again? You're going to get cussed out some more. Wait till the rest of the book, and people read the rest of the book. But I love how they're showing that Micah, if you notice, Micah ain't mad at nobody. He's like, oh, this is my history. This is some of my family. I'm not mad at anybody. And what's crazy is all of them are upset because their secrets are getting out because of the shame that they had for the choices that they made. I really want to know what happened with Vi and Jimmy. But I love that they're showing that this new generation, just tell us the truth. We know y'all had to do what you had to do. Just tell the truth, and that's it. And that's it. But tell your truth. Don't Nova. You ain't doing it right. I really wish that Nova would have just been like, "Hey y'all, can I use your story? Can I use?" I think it would have been perfect, but she wouldn't have got approval. Charley probably wouldn't have told her no. All of these things. So it is what it is. Anyways, y'all, that's my time. Let's get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.